we have another problem which is of medium type. The name is confirmation rate. So we have two tables. One is signups table and another is confirmation table. So in signup table we have two columns. One is user ID of type integer and another column of timestamp, which is of type date time. Okay. And in the confirmation table we have three columns. One is user ID of type integer. Second column is timestamp of type date time, and the third column is action, which is of type enum. Okay, so we need to find the confirmation rate of a user is the number of confirmed messages divided by the total number of requested confirmation messages. Okay, so the confirmation rate of a user that did not request any confirmation message is 0. Round the confirmation rate to 2 decimal places. Okay, so write a solution to find the confirmation rate of each user. Okay, so we have the signups table in which we have 4 users along with their timestamp. Okay, and in the confirmation table we have user ID with 3, which has 2 rows, and both the actions are timeout. Okay, we have user ID 7, which has 3 rows, and all of them are confirmed. And we have 2 with 2 rows, and one action is confirmed and one is timeout. Okay, for the output we are getting, we have user ID 6 with confirmation rate 0, because 6 is not present in the confirmation table, so it did not requested any action. That is why its simply confirmation rate is 0. Okay, now let's come to 3. Its confirmation rate, as you can see, is 0 because 3 has 2 rows and both the rows are timeout. So it's also 0 because no confirmed action has taken. Okay, for 7 we have confirmation rate of 1 because for 7 we have 3 rows and all the 3 rows we are getting the action confirmed. So 3 action 3 divided by total actions, that is timeout plus confirmed, is also 3 because 3 rows and all of them are confirmed. So 3 divided by 3, we are getting 1. Okay. Now for 2, we are getting 0.5 confirmation rate because for 2, we have 2 rows, 1 is confirmed and 1 is timeout. So the confirmation rate will be the sum of confirmed divided by the total number of actions, that is confirmed plus timeout. That is why the answer is 1 by 2. So we are getting 0.5 here. Okay. Okay, so let's write a SQL query. First of all, we are going to join these tables, signups and confirmation table. Okay, so select s dot star comma c dot star from signups s left join confirmations C on s dot user ID is equals to C dot user ID. As you can see in both the tables, user ID column is common. So we are going to join both the tables using the user ID column. Okay. So after I will run this query, we will get all the columns from both the tables. Okay. So here is the user ID, which has 3, 3, 7, 7, 7, 2, 2, and 6. You can notice one thing, that 6 is coming here, which is not in the confirmation table, and the data in the in the row with the user ID 6 is null because the data for the 6 user ID is not present in the confirmation table. Okay, so now we have all the user IDs. Now we need to simply get the confirmation rate for each user ID. Okay, so first of all we can simply get the required columns, that is user ID and actions we require, and all the other columns we don't require to perform the aggregation on the confirmation rate. Okay, so we can simply select the s dot user ID and c dot action. Okay, so with this query we will simply get the user ID and action. Okay, so now Let's run this query. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to find the confirmation rate for each user ID. So what we can do, comma, we can simply delete this action because we don't require it. We are just getting to know that what are the actions associated with the user ID. You can simply do one thing, user case when statement with the sum, because you want to sum all the statements with the confirmed rate and divide it by the number of user IDs. Like for example, for user ID 3, we have 2 timeout actions and we don't have any confirmed actions. So the confirmed that sum of confirmed actions will be 0 and the total sum of user ID will be 2 because we have 2 rows. Okay. And for the user ID 7, we have the sum of confirmed actions will be 3 and the total sum of total actions for the user ID 7 will be also 3 because we have 3 actions and all of them are confirmed. So we will write the case when statement with a sum option of action. Okay, so sum case when action is equals to confirmed then 1, else 0 end. Okay, and we will divide it by sum. No, we can also count. We don't need sum. We can count the user ID because we are counting the actions on the basis of the user ID, right? We will count the s dot user ID. Okay, right? And we are also doing one thing because we are performing the aggregation. So we need to group the data by user ID. Okay, because we can't perform aggregations without group by clause. So every time we perform any aggregations, we need to group the data on which we are going to perform the aggregations. So with this SQL query, we are getting the user ID and the case statement also, which is which we can call as the confirmation rate. Okay, from signups, left join confirmation on s dot user ID is equal to c dot user ID and group by s dot user ID. Okay. Okay, so the answer is wrong because I think the spelling is wrong. That's why we are getting a wrong confirmation rate, because it is cross-checking the spelling on which the action is performed. As you can see, the spelling was wrong. As soon as I correct the spelling, confirmed, then it will cross-check with all the user IDs and it will give us the sum of confirmed divided by the total number of user IDs. So this is the confirmation rate and user ID. For each user, we have, for 6, we have confirmation rate 0. For user ID 3, we have confirmation rate 0. For 7, we have confirmation rate 1, because for 7, we have 3 rows, and in all the 3 rows, the action is confirmed. Okay. For the user ID 2, we have 2 rows, and in 2 rows, 1 is confirmed and 1 is timeout. So the confirmation rate is 1/2, that is 1.5. So that is why we are getting this confirmation 0.5. And for 6 and 3, we are getting 0, because for 3 we have 2 rows and both the rows are timeout. There is no confirm, so it will automatically be 0. And for 6, there is no row in the confirmation table. That is why it is 0. So that is why we have performed the left join on the signups table with the confirmation table. Okay. So let's submit it. Okay. Now we are getting a wrong answer because it is expecting up to 2 decimal places. Answer up to 2 decimal places. So what we can do is here, round the data the data which we are getting in the confirmation rate up to 2 decimal places. Okay. So now when we submit this query, we will get the right answer. I hope we will get the right answer. Okay. As you can see, the answer is submitted now. So that's a little issue, but which has been solved by the round function in SQL. Okay.